My husband, with the Israeli government at the time in 2000, offered a Palestinian state to the Palestinians. Arafat turned that down. There would have been a Palestinian state now for 23 years if he had not walked away from it.
Is this actually true? So here, Clinton is talking about the Camp David summit in 2000, where the US brokered negotiations between Yasser Arafat and Ehud Barak. It was meant to be a final status solution to the conflict. That had come 7 years after the Oslo Accords were signed, which too had promised the Palestinians a state within 5 years, but that hadn't happened. The Israeli Prime Minister who negotiated that deal, Yitzhak Rabin, was assassinated by a far-right ultra-Zionist 2 years later. At the Camp David summit, a number of key issues for Palestinians were rejected by Israel, including the right of return for Palestinian refugees, sovereignty over East Jerusalem and Al-Aqsa Mosque, and a return to pre-1967 borders. US analysts who took part in those negotiations later wrote that the Palestinians had made many more concessions than the Israelis, including giving up 80% more territory than Israel was willing to offer. Polls at the time suggested 55% of Palestinians approved of Arafat's position on the agreement, while the majority of Israelis believed Ehud Barak had compromised too much. The talks fell through, in part because Barak's own coalition stood against it, and he was positioned to lose the next election to Ariel Sharon, who boasted his popular support by leading a tour through Al-Aqsa Mosque, which sparked outrage among Palestinians and ignited the Second Intifada. In the aftermath of the talks, Barak blamed Arafat solely for the failed negotiations, and successive administrations of Sharon and Netanyahu would use this as proof the Palestinians did not want to make peace.